What's up, everybody? Mike Moreno here from Actor CEO. Thanks for joining me in another entertainment news section. I appreciate it. So this one is a little bit different. It's not exactly up-to-date news, and it's a little bit of gossip, which I usually try to steer away from. But it did come across my feed, and I thought there's some interesting perspective to be gained from seeing an article like this. So this comes from NikkiSwift.com, and of course it says, singers who tried acting and bombed. I'm not here to really, say anything bad against another artist who, tries something and doesn't work out. We all consistently take risks and make mistakes as artists. That is part of our job, in fact. But I do think it's interesting to keep in mind as an actor, as many people now more often than not complain about, YouTube stars or folks from other mediums coming in and getting, gaining popularity on TikTok or elsewhere, and then choosing to become an actor and maybe, quote, taking their jobs or getting, maybe some fame and hype and publicity when actors feel like, they're the real actors and they feel like they're maybe getting passed over for these folks. I think it's important to keep in mind that this isn't a rule, right? This isn't true across the board. It does not happen all the time. And this article carries a number of examples of folks who tried and it didn't really work out. So there's Britney Spears, of course. It's got a number of examples in here. Jessica Simpson, Kelly Clarkson, Garth Brooks at one point, Neil Diamond, a number of others. And then, of course, it also points out singers or musicians who did actually make the leap, folks like Queen Latifah, folks like Mark Wahlberg, obviously, and Jennifer Hudson, and so on. But I think to keep it in perspective, what did those musicians chose acting as a path and really took it seriously. I think there's a sharp contrast between folks who do decide to take it seriously, take classes, really work on developing that craft. Then at that point, you can't stand back and say, oh, well, you're not an actor anymore. Well, if they've worked on it, then yes, then they are. They're choosing this path and they're committed to it seriously. Others, and I know many of you guys know folks like this, who think that acting is easy. And so therefore, whether they're a musician or a TikTok personality or YouTube personality or what have you, Instagram model or something, decide then that, oh, I'm going to do acting because that's obviously that way I can reach more people. That way I get to, become famous, or that way I can do something that is easy and takes advantage of, my looks, my audience, my personality, whatever it might be. Well, we know that it's not easy, right? It's consistent work, and sometimes people who choose that route, while they might gain a certain amount of popularity or fame in the short term, almost always they're not going to be able to sustain it for the long term if they don't change their perspective, if they don't shift their mindset, and if they don't, in fact, get trained and choose to commit to this and really pursue it at a high level and put in all the work that is required to do that. So I just want to give you some encouragement that even though you might see some of these folks pop up on your radar every once in a while who transfer over and you see them on, your favorite TV show and go, man, why does this person have this job and I don't? Don't discredit yourself. Don't discount yourself. Understand it takes a long time. There is a large amount of patience that's required for you to build a business in this industry. And people will pop in and pop out, but they will not sustain themselves. What you are working on is creating a sustainable creative life. And I hope that the Actor CEO podcast gives you a lot of insight, tools, and resources to help you do that. So if you want, of course, you can check out the podcast, subscribe anytime, anywhere you find your favorite podcast, and join me on the YouTube channel here by subscribing and checking out our next video. I'll see you in the next one, all right? Thank you so much for watching. For more great interviews, insight, and more, click the next video and be sure to subscribe.